So Thane and I, a part of our lunch today was little quesadillas, cheese with scallion. So we're going to make them real quick. While I have everything out, I thought I'll just demo one real quick. You know, again, these recipes or methods, if you will, are very elementary a lot of times, but it might just be what you need to remind you. Oh yeah, I forgot about I can make quesadilla and the kids like them. Just leave out the scallion. You can put in chicken or bell peppers minced up or anything you like. So we're just doing basic ones because we had soup today too. So I have these little guys today, the flour tortillas, what I start with. These ones are really soft and fresh and pliable. Sometimes they're not. So I have two of them. Okay, let me tell you something though. Skillet's warm, but I'll turn it on and heat it up, of course. When I'm making grilled cheese, for instance, or any kind of grilled sandwich, I don't, like, say this was the bread, and then you have your cheese for grilled cheese and then another piece of bread on top. People do that and put it in a skillet and then they flip it over. Well, sometimes it ain't so pretty now, is it? So I learned in the restaurant, I'm going to get this skillet hot. And that's a basic saute rule is skillet hot, then your fat, then wait till it looks like it's warm, and then put your product in, okay? So let's get that hot. But anyway, when I worked in the restaurant, that's how Maggie Mae's made Reubens with the rye bread. They would put the cheese on one side with the Thousand Island or whatever, and then on this side they would put the meat. And then they would both pieces of bread would toast real nice, would grill real nice, and then they would put them, marry them together. So that's what we're gonna do. Skillet hot. While the skillet's getting hot, I love my green onions, scallions. Who remembers the song Green Onions? My brother David bought me a shirt when we went to Heartwood, and I still have it because Green Onions was the main song they were playing. Look how nice that works. Trish, remember that little, did you ever get one of these little guys? These little slicer roux guys? I don't know what they're called, but I'm going to slice up this scallion. I hope you can see it. Been having trouble with the video as far as it looks fine on my end until I upload it, and then it's all cut off. So I'm trying here, guys. Okay, that should be enough for one. Turn that down a little bit. Let's get a tiny bit, like maybe a quarter size, 50-cent size, because I'd already used the skillet. And maybe see the oil when you put it in the pan. How do you know without it scorching? It starts to ripple a little bit in there. You probably know this. I do this and see if it's hot enough. Let's get that around. Okay, and like I said, I'm using the same pan. Okay, so we're gonna put both of these in. I go like that to make the oil really in all the area of the skillet. These don't fit. Ask me if I care. I don't. Okay, because I'll just move them around a little bit. I'm going to push them down a little bit. Get all around. What we're going to do is we're going to have cheese. I shredded some. That's not enough, so I'll shred a little bit more. Can you see this? Yeah, well, it's nice and soft now, too. A little bit of, this is Colby Jack, I think. You use whatever kind of cheese you want. I have sharp, too. But let's see, we're going to move these around. Don't burn yourself, okay, because that's hot oil. This does not take long to do. I just want this one on top now. They're taking turns being flat. So I'm going to get the cheese on, say, this side. I always put things in the middle, and then I can sprinkle out, because if I do this, I mess up. So I just kind of push them out to the side. And I guess a little off the edges, you know, when it browns in the skillet like that. Those are extra good. Okay, this won't take long. Give them my scallions. And I'll put those in and then move them around to the edges. I don't know who's going to eat this one because we were already finished with lunch. Waste not one. Put that in there. Now I'm going to check, okay? Let me see how this one looks. Get over there. I usually make them really big, like the big size tortilla, but like I said, we were having soup. So now I'll take this and put it on like that. Make sure that that side's brown. I'll press it down just a little bit. I had made homemade salsa. Did you see that video when I did that with lots of fresh lime juice and cilantro? You can put whatever else you want in. If you have those two things in your homemade salsa, it tastes so good and so fresh. There. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I turned on the heat pretty good. Just as long as the cheese is melty inside. See? Ooh, baby. And then you can cut it into 4s or 6s or whatever you like. But just as a reminder, it's quesadilla time. There you have it. Yum.